I know I put my $5,000 somewhere. Where did I put my $5,000? Hey, it's Alzay Calhoun with Coveted Consultant. I'm reminded of a story I was told by a prospective client. And the summary of the story is he knew that there were multiple $5,000 client opportunities in his direct reach. He could see the faces of the people. He knew their names, but he couldn't get the money. Have you ever had this issue? Like, you knew there was a deal out there. You knew there was a client you could work with. You knew you could help these people, but you couldn't seem to close the deal. You couldn't seem to get the agreement. You couldn't seem to get started, even though you knew you could help certain people that were right in front of you. So let's talk about some of the background of that. There were two main issues confronting him here. One was he couldn't find a way to structure the right kind of conversation so that the other person would agree to paying the $5,000. Like, he couldn't find a way to talk about it. He couldn't find the sales script. He couldn't find the framing. He couldn't figure out what needed to be said in order for the prospect to realize he could really help them. He knew they had budget. He knew they had a problem, but he couldn't seem to make the conversation work. That was the first part. The second part was he still had some internal concerns that even if he was able to close the deal, how was he going to execute on that project? Because person A had this problem that would need this scope of work. Person B had this problem that needed that scope of work. Person C had another problem that needed a different scope of work. Person D, E, F. He knew internally, he knew in his gut that each one of these opportunities was going to be a different type of $5,000 opportunity, which is partially why he was having the first issue, right? Isn't it difficult having the right kind of conversation when you have so many conversations in your mind already? So here's the thing. Here's what I would say I said to him, and I say the exact same thing to you. Productizing is now the most important thing you have to do. You need to identify a single service that you execute at a very high level. You need to position that service as a solution to the people you want to work with. And then you need to challenge those people to solve the problem that you are agreeing on. Doing that allows you to get that $5,000 a lot faster. So now I have to ask you the same thing I asked him. How many $5,000 opportunities are you missing out on because you haven't developed a productized service?